Welcome back to another late Saturday night. Let's see if this microphone will work this week. It should. And really like, excuse me, be able to get this thing close, get some decent sound. Okay, we'll see how that works out. Might be good, it might be bad. All right, real quick, me make a post with the link. These are just placeholders. We have tons of variety of what we could pick tonight. I've got the case of 04s. I think there's 10, 8, 9, I don't know. There's most of a case left. I've got that modern 22 case that we can do whatever with. This and another one, which we're not going to get into because I just done one of the other one. But those have been up there in my building, and I don't know how they got there. I don't know where they came from. But there was only 2 in the case, and they've been sitting up there in the heat. At least all of this summer, so slightly heat stressed, I would have to say. Share, copy a link real quick, and then I also have some Canadian IMPs that are easily accessible right now that I have not had one in a long time, but I'd prefer to do that when it's earlier. It's just tonight I spent a substantial amount of time up there in my building because there are birds trapped in it. And I propped the doors open and tried to get them out. Ultimately, I'm going back up there to take them food and water here in a little bit. I don't want to hurt them. And they hatched. The mom was getting through a little tiny hole on the backside by the electrical panel. And I guess the 2 hatched inside the building, from what I can tell. I don't know. It's I don't want them to be trapped in there because this has happened one other time, maybe twice actually, that a bird got in there, got trapped. The last time I didn't know, and it unfortunately perished because it couldn't find its way back out. And that is something I do not want to happen again. So let me make this post real quick. We'll just keep what we got here. Pick a nice thumbnail. That'll do. Hang on, I'll check the chat with you guys here in just a second. Next. Who's here? Let's see. Move to live chat. And hey, what's up, Kaylin? Here, I'll turn the camera around. So you're not just looking at MREs. Dirty. Sure, dirty. It is. Huh. Well, this is going to get turned into a work shirt. All my shirts get turned into work shirts pretty quick. Here recently they have been anyways. Okay. Post this link. Stop. Chat. caps lock. Okay. Good enough for me. Nothing special. Give Google some of its also needed feedback. Oh, cool. Haven't seen this in a while. When I go to my channel and I'm on home, there's a nice little featured channels recommended list. I forgot that I made this. You have to make this featured list. Did this years and years ago. Probably, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, probably. Sticky Fingers, I seen, made a post the other day. He said he was thinking about trying to get back into this, which I think would be great. Love to see him come back. Shocker's doing good. Just kind of going down through the list here. I haven't talked to Glenn or G Schultz in a minute. Well, we did exchange texts a couple weeks ago, maybe. I don't know if I texted him or not. I need to. I need to text Glenn. Gabe, I haven't talked to him in a few weeks either. gabeRILLA, which not really. He drinks old stuff, and he's become a pretty good friend. He's come and seen me multiple times. He's been here, I don't know, I'd say 4 or 5 times now, I would say. And then I met him in Chicago when I broke down. Did I meet him anywhere else? I went up to Wisconsin to Matt's wedding. Anyways, besides the point. So, we need to pick out what I'm going to be eating tonight. I'll tell you what I was wanting to do. Facebook asked about Gundog. Oh, I did. I have talked to Gundog recently. I talked to him. I don't know. I'll tell you. I think he's got an iPhone. Hang on. Searching real quick. Gundog. Yeah. 5/31. A couple weeks ago. What's today's date? 13th. Exactly a couple weeks ago. Yep. So, yeah, I think Gundog's pretty well hung his hat up. And he is, I know right now, to not give away too much. He's a very private guy. So I'm not going to give away, like, life information of his. But he's very busy right now. You know, that's all I'll say. Yeah, we'll keep it at that. I got bit by something, and I've got these spots on my arm and on my chest, right here. They look like this. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. See that? Right? See that? Can't really see it. I don't know what that is, but the last time I was at the doctor, I brought it up, and it can turn into the big, you know, the bad. And I usually try to put something on it, like, I think, hang on, I'm not sure what that stuff is. I got like bug balm or something, or bee balm. I don't know what it is. You know, look at the MREs for a minute. I got to pull some MREs out anyway, so let's get that done too. Oh, it's called bag balm. I don't even know if I should be putting this on there. It just seems like it like got it years ago at a local pharmacy here. I put just a little touch of it on there. I don't know. It seems like the right thing to do, but then again, maybe not. I think it being dried out is not good for it. And I have a spot right there on my hand. You see it? There's a bite right there, bug bite, and there's a spot right there. Don't know what that is. And I got covered in freckles when I got burnt real bad as a kid. Went to the wave pool. Was there from the time it opened to the time it closed with no sunscreen on, and I had blisters. I don't know. It looked like shoulder pads. They were the size of my shoulders when I was like, I'd say 8 or so, 7 or 8 years old. What about Gundog? Oh yeah. He's doing good actually. But yeah, no, he is. Good to see you, Dan. By the way, I was just thinking about you again yesterday, day before, and I was thinking I've got a bunch of stuff that I had collected up. I know I haven't seen LC in the chat for a while. Doesn't matter. I'm going to have to figure out how to get her address. I might have it on something. I used to write them all down in a book, and then I stopped doing that and misplaced my book. I need to go back to doing that and collect everybody. I know it seems a little weird to collect everybody's addresses, but at least that way, then I have them and I can just send things. But yeah, I want to send you a case, Dan. There's a lot going on. We should connect because I should tell you everything that's going on because there's quite some updates about stuff that's going on. You're not late. I'm late. I am late. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you. I didn't know how this would go over. I've never worn a hat like this in my entire life, and at Christmas time I needed it for something. Oh, funeral. So it's back in October. I was wanting to find it more of a dress, something that I could wear in a dress situation, and I think it looks a little better backwards. But my hair is so long right now, I can't get a haircut until Monday. So I'm doing this. It kind of blocks it a little bit, but cool. I'll put the mic back on here in a second. I do want to try to set it up to where it's a little closer. But I got to dig some rations out from behind me here. Stick it on the spoon. There. The spoon will actually maybe keep the sound from going around it and cup it a little bit too. Okay, so I got those 2 cases, and I don't know what I've got left in the Canadian IMP case. I haven't been into that case in probably a year. I would say was the last time I was in that thing, and then we had paper bags, and we had is that your address? Let me see. Oh no. Oh, was that a dolphin? Or is that a whale? All I see is a tail. Could be a big. It could be a killer whale. Could be some other kind of whale. Could be a dolphin. I wish I had views like that. I'm telling you, the Ohio River ain't much to look at. I know it's more than a lot of people have, but I can't see it from my. I mean, I guess if the trees were cut, I could see it from my house, but the trees are not cut, so I cannot see it. Even if they were cut, like the banks, because the banks, I'm like from the bank, from the top of the bank. My back porch is probably maybe 500 feet. Definitely not 2 football fields. Yeah, maybe 400, 450 feet, something like that. It's not very far. It's just the way that the banks are. Like, I can see across the river when the leaves are off the trees. I can see boats when they pass by because they stick up out of the water. Boats I used to ride for years, live on, whatever. Okay. You know what? I got this box that Scott sent. It seemed like he sent a bunch of old stuff and a bunch of old mains and stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot. Man, I forgot about this. Kinda. We should have been experimenting with this stuff weeks ago. All kinds of mains and stuff that he's sending here. He's got accessory packets, cheese spread, HDR mains. Is that what all these are? I can't remember. Yeah, that's what that is. No, it is not. That is pork sausage and cream gravy. That is a pretty rare main to get your hands on nowadays. Cheese tortellini, and then those two are HDR, and then here's a vintage one. Oh, it's a fruitcake. Oh, from 87? Nice. This looks cool. That can't be from 87. Can it? That don't seem right. The box don't seem right. I know. Well, this is first orange nut cake. That's an 83. 201st day of 83. I don't remember them being in boxes like this. And it's not glued in either. It's loose. Which is also strange. Maybe this is like one of the last years that they ran it. Huh. I don't think I realized the oddity of that whenever I opened this the first time. What's that? It's tortillas. Chipotle variety. What do we got here? Southwest style beef and black beans. Yum. And creamy spinach fettuccine. Yeah. Not my thing. For sure. We got crackers in here. Dang, Scott really did hook it up with this. Got an oatmeal cookie, chocolate covered, butter. You can survive off this box for a minute. A chocolate chip dessert bar, probably 2020. Probably. What's over here? What's this? Just a bunch of extras. A bunch of spoons. Feels like. Kind of feels like a bunch of spoons. All right, I got these. Okay, yeah. Bunch of accessory packet extras, Tabascos. Okay. I mean, there's accessory packets in here. It's got coffee instant in it. Look at that. That's even an open one. He didn't take the coffee. Wow. Hot sauce. Wow. Wow. I thought I went through this stuff. I don't remember having all these extra coffees and stuff in here. Mustard. Creamer. Bunch of gum. Bunch of matches. Cool. What is that? Oh, it's a bunch of old toilet paper. Look at that. That's a weird looking one. Huh. Of course, the blue is familiar. Is that old coffee? What is that? Creamer and coffee. Huh. A little bit of everything up in there. Oh, yep. And we got MCI cans and a piece of the Hershey's Desert Bar. A whole bunch of coffee up in here. Wow. Get some salt. Good Lord. Okay, good bit of salt. Wet nap. There's a coffee. There's a coffee. There's another coffee. Cream. That's an old creamer. All right. Got to pick a meal out. Got to pick a meal out and get this rolling. What is that? Oh, NCI style / old MRE. Oh, he sent me that can opener too. I forgot about that. I don't have one of those actually. A Malin, Mallin, Malin. Huh. I mean, it's a Shelby, but it's kind of different. It doesn't say Shelby on it. Usually they say Shelby on it. That's cool. That's really cool. All right, so what I was thinking was to do the ultimate MRE spaghetti and meatballs. Is what I was thinking. I need to order some more MREs anyway. I need to get a couple more cases. But like I said with those ones, I got them so cheap. Chili is something else that we could mix into a main. Let's see what we got left in this case, because I don't know what we've got left. I'm just going to open it back here and throw the MREs up on the table. That'll work out better. Like I said, I definitely need to order some more MREs. Oh man, I don't need more MREs in my life. They're so cheap right now. We got chicken chunks, elbow macaroni. That'd be a good one. The chili probably go pretty good with that. There's chili out of this case. I need to not mix those up. Beef strips and savory tomato-based sauce. Beef stew. I think the beef stew and the beef strips would also mix well together. There's the meatballs. And there is the spaghetti. And, well, that's already open. This is what we had left over from mixing the pizza with... what do we mix the pizza with? Shredded beef and barbecue sauce. That's right. That is right. What is this? What is this? Apple, strawberry, carrot stuff. Puree. Smoothie. I don't know what. I think it's called a smoothie. Anyway, a bunch of extras right there. And what's this? Oh, tropical. Ugh. Okay, so that's what I got left out of the 2022s. That is also 2022, but like I said, it got heat stressed up there in my building. It's been up there, I would say, at least all summer. I really don't know where it came from or how it ended up in my building. So, the beef stew sounds really good right now. Beef strips. I know it's not my favorite. The beef stew's gotten weird in modern. Like the modern beef stew, the beef is just not. It ain't beefing. It might depend on which manufacturer it is. Maybe Warnick is better. I'm going to say I doubt it. But usually it's that pressed and formed, chunked. It's just it's got no grain to the meat. I don't know. You know how Salisbury steaks are, like that you go and you banquet or whatever brand of TV dinner that you happen to buy that's Salisbury steak. How it'll be like that. It'll have like air bubbles in the meat because it was so pureed. It was pureed meat, and then they pressed it, and formed it, and then they diced it up after then cooked it, or what? I don't know if they cook it and then dice it, then cook it. I don't know, but that's how this beef is, or that's how most of the modern beef menus are. It just doesn't have real meat in it. It's not always the case, but I don't know which. Like I haven't sat down and opened a bunch of them and documented. All right, so Warnick in 2022 actually used real beef and it had grain to the meat. I'd like to know because that would dictate to me more like what I'd be more apt to buy. because I'm telling you, like I don't even want to stomach that pressed and formed non-meat stuff. It's not like eating real food. Delicious says that the chicken can mix with many others. Hey, man, it's good to see you. Good to see you. I know I'm going to mispronounce this, but Piotr. He goes by Peter in American. His American name is Peter. Peter. Huh. I mean, technically, the chicken could go in the chili, and you could have a beef and chicken mix. Again, with the chicken chunks, though, a lot of times they're like that weird, airy, pressed and formed meat. It's not always the case, and sometimes I've also gotten it to where like half of a chunk will be grainy, like it's like proper meat, like it's supposed to be, and the other half will be like you'll see air bubbles in it where it was pressed, it was pureed and pressed and formed. It's very odd. So what are we saying about the OC? Hard Knocks says that's my name in American too. Okay, cool. Hard Knocks. It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. I think the spaghetti with the meat. That's been on my mind ever since I started thinking about mixing MRE mains. Is like, I wish I had a spare meatballs on hand so I don't have to open the whole extra menu, because I just end up with a bunch of stuff. Like that's a lot. Like we're talking. I'm going to say both those menus mixed together is going to be pushing 3,000 calories. Because most MRE menus are not around the 1,200 calorie mark. They're certainly closer to the 1,500. I've counted them over that. It just depends. It depends on how much stuff is in them. Now, I think they've been getting a whole lot more stingy in current years. And I really took a deep dive into the new the CCARs, the CCARs, whatever you guys or whatever you want. I'm going to say CCAR. I think that it rolls off the tongue better than CCAR, and that doesn't sound right to me. I think it's CCAR, the close combat assault ration or whatever there is on the box. Close combat assault ration. Yeah. Anyway, so I took a deep dive on those, and I was kind of really looking at what was contained in those. So basically, they stripped down the fun stuff out of a first strike ration, threw you an MRE main in there, and was like, "That's the new ration." I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think if you like the first strike rations, you better find them and get you some. Get them now, because I'm telling you, a couple of years from now, you'll be lucky to find them, and you'll be paying double. You'll be paying double for them. Right now, you can. I've found cases for 170 or 165 shipped. I know that's a lot for 9 rations, but I'm telling you, this is the end of them. It's over. First strike rations are done. Just like when the long range patrols were done, we didn't know. We didn't know that they were gone until years after they were actually gone. Like, we didn't get the announcement. So I don't think we figured it out until like probably 2018, 2019, because we were always 3 years behind anyways. Like, that's how it used to be. When it come to meal cold weathers and long range patrols, especially meals, we would see meal cold weathers pretty fresh. Year, 2 years. Long range patrols, we were lucky to see them 2 years. Typically, they were at least 3 years old when we were finding them. And so we started, the 2016s were around 2017, 18, 19, and that we'd see a few in 17. We saw some, and then 18 and 19, and it took us a long time to figure out that they were done. No more long range patrols. Now it's all meal cold weather only, and they're not making hardly any of those anymore either. Because when was the last time Americans were fighting in cold weather? I don't know. I mean, we got bases in cold weather areas, and that's why they're still being made. And those guys train with them, and you know, if we'd ever hit a cold weather area, I mean, with stuff that we had going on with Russia, I think it'd be a good idea, and Ukraine and everything. You might want to focus on the cold weather rations in general. But that's just my personal opinion. It means nothing. Exactly. Greenland's pretty cold too. Yeah, it's all ice, ain't it? I don't think there was going to be much fighting going on there, but maybe. I don't know. Things have gotten so weird, especially in this past week here in America. Let's focus on the food for 1 minute. I've had a vote for the meatballs and the spaghetti. I wonder how easily I could pull out the meatballs. I literally have at least, I'm going to say at least 100 at least 100, maybe way more than that. I don't know. I have an entire MRE case completely full of nothing but meatballs. That's the only thing that's in it is meatballs. They're the old box style, so those ran till 2013, I think, 12. So they're older. They're 12 years old, but they've been stored well, and they're meatballs. They hold up pretty well. But I have a literal entire MRE box stacked. Like they're long way. They're yeah. Well, I don't know, but I would have to say, I think that two fit one, and then a row going this way. There's at least 100 in that box. It's a really heavy box, and I have one that's completely full, and then I've got one that's partially meatballs with other stuff, other mains. I've got a bunch of loose mains in that room back there. Man, I need to go back and watch some of my old live streams. Just got to thinking about Romeo, my old bird. I swore I'd never have another bird inside the. If I ever live in a tropical area, I might have a pet bird, but I won't have one in the house anymore. A good, inexpensive way to package smokes. Okay. Depends on how long term you're talking. So, if you're talking like you want to use them in a year or so, I would take a good Ziploc bag, put them in a Ziploc bag, suck the air out of manually, and pull it closed so you ain't got a bunch of air in there. And you can stick them in the freezer. I'm kind of, it depends on how reliable your electricity is. Because if your electricity is going to be going out at certain times, they will sweat. And if they start to sweat, it will ruin them. So I think long-term storage-wise, believe it or not, aluminum foil, wrap a nice layer of aluminum foil around it, and then put them into, if you have MRE bags, those are great for storage. And if you got one of the, they're very inexpensive, but the resealers, you can reseal that MRE bag, put them in an MRE bag, stash them away, aluminum foil around them in a plastic bag, into the MRE bag, and I'd say they'd be good, I don't know, maybe indefinitely. Honestly, I don't think they'd go bad. I mean, I've had dry smokes, but I've never had, well, I can't say never. I have actually had tobacco that's gone bad, but it got, it like mildewed. It got moisture and bugs. Bugs is the other thing. Like, you've got to keep the weevils out of the tobacco because they love it. If they can get in there, it's over. I mean, if you want to go like the expensive route, absolutely, you can get crazy with it and buy a bag sealer and literally go the route like storing food. Same way, vacuum seal it, put them in a vacuum, lay them out flat, or if you're trying to save space, or just leave them in the carton for an extra layer of protection, which isn't a bad idea. Oh, thanks. I was unsure about the hat, to be honest. It's out of character for me to wear something like this, but like I said, my hair's awful long right now, and I don't know. It needs cut. It needs cut bad. Spaghetti meatballs seems like the move tonight. I don't think I can get to my meatballs in there. Thought I had some elsewhere too. I got a bunch of stuff stored underneath this table that I haven't touched in years. Old rations and stuff that, who knows? I don't even know what's under there. A bunch of vintage stuff too. I think we're going to go with the. I think we're going to do spaghetti with beef and sauce and meatballs. I think we're going to open 2 MREs tonight. I think, what did I have in these? I got very little in these. Like it pretty inconsequential. The cost of opening these is very little. I can tell you though. Holy wow! I spent a lot of money on that prototype LRP. A lot. Yeesh. Huh. Okay, so here we go. I paid that ain't it. Huh. Oh, here we go. I paid $38.52 shipped to my door for that case. So what's $38.52 divided by 12? The answer is $3.21. I have $3.21 per meal in these, so $6.42 for a mega meal. We're talking almost 3,000 calories. I promise you it'll be almost 3. Let's do it. Let me get this odd man out. This is the heat stress chili, and we have this, what is likely going to be a pristine 1984 beef diced with gravy, because I'm telling you what, guys, last week I had the turkey diced with gravy that I got from the same guy that I got the 2004s from, and it was in really good shape. The only thing that was weird was something tasted old. Can't remember what it was. Oh, wait, was it the hash brown? I think it was the freeze-dried hash brown. I think that was the only thing that was like weird. And oddly enough, it was freeze-dried. It tasted old. The oils had went rancid in it because it wasn't sealed really well. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to send Delicious a case of MREs too. These 2022s are like the end of the era of decent MREs. These aren't the best, but I mean, if you want to find good MREs, like the best eras are like from 2000 really. I don't know. I can't say that's the best because I like the 90s. I like everything from 1990 to 1995. It's probably my favorite era and food that comes out of the MREs. But accessibility wise, if you can find anything from 2000 up to 2012 ish, maybe 2010. There's a lot of changes happened between 2010 and 2014. By 2014, they were standardized to what we see here, and then now, of course, they went the route that they went, and it's highly disappointing. I think that was 2024 a mid-year. Did they not switch halfway through the year to that new packaging in 2024? Seems like they might have. All right, so let's see what is contained. Let me back this up a little bit. And just a little bit. I guarantee everything's not going to fit on camera. I need to... Wait, you got booted? Huh? Of here? Hang on. Kalen, no way. Hard Knocks. Okay, if you can find a good, well-preserved pork chow mein, the water chestnuts in it, oh, I really, really enjoy that meal when it's good. But I've had more bad than I've had good with the pork chow mein. I will say that. And I've probably had, I don't know, at least a dozen of them or more over the years. I mean, I've still got probably plenty of them stored away too. I'm going to cut these instead of. All right, let's open the spaghetti first. I need to write a reminder list because I do want to get a case of MRE sent to Delicious and a case sent to Dan. Both of those guys have, and I got a bunch of stuff I need to send to LC. Both of those guys have sent me more stuff. I can never repay their favors. All right, so 2022 spaghetti with beef and sauce from the Warnick Company. The good one. The Warnick is the best. Raisins. All right, I'll take it. I like raisins. Next, we got a chocolate hazelnut protein drink powder. Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have done that too. The hazelnut drink that they used to have was really good. Like, I don't know. I'm not big into the protein stuff, but I get it. I understand why it's in there. Oh, wow. A chocolate chip toaster pastry. Huh. I have been told, and I have looked into, supposedly, these are not the same as the ones that you can go to the store and buy, even when they're wrapped with the foil wrapping on the inside, which this might be. Apparently, these are specifically made for the United States military, and they are reformulated. They have higher calorie counts, and a couple other things were different about them. That's what I have seen. Whether or not I can't tell you for sure that that's true, but that's what I've seen. There's our accessory packet with I don't know what kind of beverage base that is, but no coffee. So, I'll slide these down a little bit. There we go. Actually, that can be folded in half. Save a little space. Next up, we have Italian breadsticks. Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Oh, yeah. Then we got a classic cheese spread that is very weird. No oil separation, and it's very hard up here. And then this is weird. I can honestly say I've never had a cheese spread like this before. It almost feels like it's delaminated or something. Like starting to and it's like there's dry chunks of cheese in there. That's really weird. Huh. Okay. We got our spaghetti with beef and sauce. Been a long time. I avoid spaghetti usually. We got our partially biodegradable MRE spoon there. Our flameless ration heater. And our sleeve 260 calories on our main, 790 milligrams of sodium, 9 grams of fat, 29 grams of carbohydrates, and 19 grams of protein. 3-in-1 coffees. Oh, I love 3-in-1 coffee, Caitlin. I'm a fully loaded coffee kind of guy. Cream and sugar is my thing. And I think the Canadian coffees are fantastic. I think they're some of the best. To be, well, like that, I don't know. All around, like, easy to drink, easy to make. The Canadians are good, but I haven't really thought about where the best coffee comes from. I've been so accustomed to the American coffee, and my palate has adjusted to the American coffee so much that, I mean, I really do prefer the old first generation, well, late MCI, like set like early to late 70s, all the way up into the 80s MRE coffee. The Coffee Instant Type 1, that is probably my favorite coffee, but I like a lot of the coffees. I do. I like a lot of them. Wait a second. Caitlin, did you get kicked out of here? I find that so odd. My camera moved. I think that's better. All right, so now 2022 meatballs in marinara sauce. Remember, guys, this is $6.41 is all I have in this. What could you go out and get for $6.41? This is not just one meal. This is two. It's $3.21 per meal. And even if there's a couple in there you don't like, I mean, ditch the mains and use the other stuff. I need to see what the prices of MREs are right now. I think they are going up a little bit. All right. First thing I'm pulling is the meatballs. Second thing I'm pulling is a chocolate chip cookie. We ain't got nothing to mix with that yet. 300 calories in that thing. There's more calories in this than there is the spaghetti with meatballs or meat sauce. That is crazy to me. And we have a literally useless to me right now accessory packet. All right, what am I smelling? It smells like a cat farted. Oh, we got a teriyaki beef stick. Hey, we didn't check on our teriyaki beef sticks last week. We'll do that after I finish emptying this. We got a cheese spread with jalapenos. All right. We got us another partially biodegradable MRE spoon. I'll throw that over there. We've got a cherry and blueberry cobbler. Nice. Very nice. This is a lot of food. We've got a carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder orange. We have, oh no way, another thing of Italian breadsticks. Wow, we got two of them. That's wild. Here, I'm going to put it over here. All right, zoom out. There we go. Everything over a little bit. This is a lot. A lot of stuff. There we go. And now we just got our flameless ration eater and the 2 sleeves. That's all that's left. So we got our marinara sauce and meatballs, 310 calories. We got 17 grams of fat? We got 40 milligrams of cholesterol, 840 milligrams of sodium, 10 grams of sugars, and 17 grams of protein. And then we have our cherry and blueberry cobbler. 6 grams of fat, or no, 5 grams of fat, 105 milligrams of sodium. Not bad. Usually they salt everything, even the desserts. 2 grams of protein. Better some than none. All right. And that's only 5 ounces. All right, flameless ration heater. I will put this with the others. And I'm going to go get this stuff heating up. And then we'll lay out everything else onto a tray. You know what? I'd really like to get a calorie count on this real quick. Pull out my calculator, unless somebody else wants to keep tally for me. Because this is a lot. I want to see how many calories this actually is. Pull the sleeves real quick. Okay. Get the mains out of the way. We've got our cobblers, 220. Our meatballs is 310. Spaghetti with meat sauce is 260. Okay, there's that. We've got our Italian breadsticks is 200. We've got our beverage base 90. We've got our teriyaki beef stick 100. Chocolate chip cookie is 300. Another breadsticks is 200. Hazelnut drink is 270. Wow. Cheese spread regular is 120. 120. Jalapeno 120. Raisins 130. Chocolate chip toaster pastry 190. Drink mix miscellaneous, we could say another, I don't know, what, 40 calories up there probably. 40. 2,550 calories. So these were about 1,200-ish each. Still, that is a solid day's worth of calories right there. A solid day's worth of calories. Yes, sir. That's pretty good. All right, let me go get these heating up, and I'll come back and we'll deal with the putting stuff on a tray here. These, I think I got everything in that total. Pretty sure I did. Okay, where I put so much in there, I'm going to give that 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Set a timer for 4 minutes. Okay, now let's move everything over here. Get our tray. go. All right. Cheese spread with jalapenos. Teriyaki beef stick. Toasted pastry. Another spoon that I don't need. Cheese spread. Raisins. Cookie. Chocolate hazelnut drink. Orange. Carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder. And we're only going to do one of the Italian breadsticks. There's no reason to do two. This one feels a little better, a little softer. All right, stick the extras in here. Okay. We don't need that. There's nothing in there. No coffee, no nothing. And I do want coffee. Do I have? Okay, I got creamer. I have one of these coffees. Actually, I think I got one loose in here already. Oh, Jesus. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh. Never would have dreamed that would have happened. That just tripped me. I was standing on it with my right foot. It must have picked it up. My left foot caught it and did that. Wow. Because I was not, I mean, there was stepping over these like you'd never think that one of these would trip you. Whew. Well, I just ate it pretty bad there. Too bad the camera wasn't turned around. That would have been funny. I didn't hurt myself though, really. My knees hurt, but that's fine. Anyway. Well, that sucked. There's coffee. Cafe Bustelo. I don't know how to pronounce it. Bustelo. I would say Bustelo. 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 I don't freaking know. Anyway. Drinks. Need to pick a drink. Or both. Or going to do coffee. Not a huge fan of this thing. That's a lot of calories. I'm going to save this. Unless somebody wants to really wants to see it or something. Oh, dang. Did twist my back a little bit there. That's not good. I definitely, that was I haven't fallen like that in a long time. That was a completely unexpected. Usually, like, a fall's coming or you've, like, done something or you're walking up the stairs, so you're being extra. I was just not. I was just chugging along and walking like normal. And, yeah. I will not leave those laying in the floor again anymore. I just learned a lesson, I guess. Let's real quick take a look at my, let's look at these beef sticks. Still nothing. That's the bowls. Are you kidding me? How's come it went bad last time? Last time I had one of these right here, the Grayson Natural Farms, it got moldy and went bad in no time. Yeah, well, I know it's a concern for me too. I'm not your typical 40-something where I had my leg ripped off. I got a lot of stuff. That stuff's boiling over in there. I gotta go get it. And it's been over 4 minutes. So longer than I usually do. Okay. Yeah, I've definitely twisted my knee. Definitely twisted my knee. Oh. I'm going to have a piece of Whitaker's chocolate that Dan sent me after this, too. I haven't had a piece in, I don't know, a couple months. Been rationing it. Shared some at Christmas time. I kind of want to open this weird one just to see what's. You know what? Let's do it. I don't care. I don't care. $3.21 a piece. Remember. We're going to end up mixing definitely the cookie with the I wish it wasn't a chocolate chip cookie. Chocolate chip doesn't go with the cobbler. I feel like. I wish they'd sent like a shortbread cookie would have been perfect. Go on, man. All right, let's get into this accessory packet real quick. We only need one thing out of here. We only need that drink mix. And I don't have one of these on standby, or I would just not open this. But, well, actually, Scott probably had sent one with that in it. Might even have one right here. I didn't look. That's got coffee and stuff in it. That's a big accessory packet. No, I'm not seeing one. But my buddy gave that to me like 12 years ago, and I've kept it. What's the date on this thing? Well, this can't be it. Yeah. It's got a way newer date on it. It's got a 2019 date on it. Huh. I think the ones he gave me might be in there in the bedroom. He gave me some drink mixes that somebody brought back from it's lemonade. Oh, man. I was hoping that was going to be, you guys know what I'm trying to think of here. I thought it was going to be the raspberry. Transpacker Services Corporation, Piscataway, New Jersey. Piscataway. Is that how you pronounce that? Piscataway, New Jersey. Piscataway, New Jersey. Is it Piscataway? Yeah, that's got to be it, right? I've only got half a bottle of water here. Oh, looks like we need water. Do that. Do some coffee. We need the orange. I think this is for a 20-ounce bottle. That's what they typically give them in the service. When they're out and about, they get 20-ounce bottle, or they used to. I just think they haven't changed these in like 12, 15 years. And our water bottles used to be 20 ounces, and they just aren't anymore. Now they're 16.9. Oops. Why did I do that? Did I hit my head? I don't think I did. Huh. Okay. Let's make some lemonade. Life gives you lemons, right? Make some lemonade. Well, that didn't work. I mean, it'll work, but see, after you tear it like that, it's like that ain't gonna come out of there, right? It's gonna be a pain. Luckily, I got this super cool IFAC little razor knife. That thing has come in so handy. Love that thing. Do that. There we go. I asked 2 or 3 times, Caitlin, and then I think I looked away from the chat. I've never had anybody get kicked from. I certainly didn't do it. I'll tell you what, YouTube get super weird liberals running stuff, and they're super sensitive about things that are said. And look, I will say this. We need to protect free speech, especially the people that are saying the things that you don't like. We want to hear, I want to hear who they are. I want to hear them speak in their mind, because if they're afraid to talk, then we're not going to know who's who. You know, we're not going to know who's the weirdos and who's the. As of right now, people are they're pretty emboldened to talk, because they know that they're protected by freedom of speech, and we want to keep it that way. All right. No free advertising for that place. Can't stand that place. Wish I had better places to shop. Anyway, there's that. Let's do. Where's my cup? Huh. Well, I don't know where my cup's at, but this one's got. Ooh, this one's dirty. Sit way too long. You go in here and see if I can figure it out. Alright. This thing dried up. Had to clean it. Had to wash it. I already washed it before, but it was sitting there by the sink and had got water splashed all over it, and it looked awful. I wasn't comfortable with its appearance. I'm a stickler about my glass. It's got to be pretty much spotless. It will bug me to no end. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Good. All right. Orange. And this calls for how much water? 12 ounces. Alright, I gotta try it. It's not very much powder in this thing. Looks very candy-like. Yep. Tastes like some good orange. It's got a little weird savory taste to it. Huh. That might be from me washing the cup. Yeah. Probably licking my hands not the best idea. Right there. Alright. Calling for 12 ounces. And I know I don't have 12 ounces in there. That's more like probably close to like 10, like 9 something. So we'll see if this is too flavorful. I don't think it will be, but it's all right. Let's just give it a mix real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Let it sit. I have to do it again. So much stuff to open. All right. Teriyaki beef stick. Please be a Grayson Farm, Natural Farms. Please be a Grayson Natural Farms. Oh, crap. Nope. Stupid. That brand right there sucks. I do not like them, and I have a feeling that most of the guys that have had to eat them probably don't like them either. 363rd day of the year. Literally 2 days before New Year's Eve. 2 days before New Year's Eve. I ain't had just raisins in a long time. Huh. Ooh, look how glistening they are. What in the world is going on with these things? Yep, they're not supposed to look like that. Look at those things. They're like wet. Ew. They smell strong. Like really strong. What? Sunflower oil and glycerin. Glycerin. Okay. Ain't that a, what is that, bush? Let's sing that. Glycerin and sunflower oil. Well, they sure are glycerin. Glycerin and they're glistening. Things out in the sun would blind you. All right. I'll chocolate that chip cookie. Let's see. One piece. Oh yeah. Look at that. Yeah, a little bit in there, but that's okay. Mainly residue from them gooey, weird chocolate chips that are in the. It smells a little boozy. There's like an alcohol twist to that chocolate. There must be some sort of liqueur used to make it, because you can certainly smell it. All right, chocolate chip toasted pastry. Oh, look at that! No inner packaging. I am shocked. I certainly expected to open this and it have a Pop-Tart wrapper on the inside. Would you look at that? There's certainly a theme between these two meals, though. Am I wrong? Chocolate chip cookie, chocolate chip toast pastry. They both got Italian breadsticks. Both the mains are very similar. I mean, there's definitely some similarities between these meals. One got regular cheese spread. The other one got cheese spread with jalapenos. The meatballs got the jalapenos. I think that's just whoever decided, or well, the machine maybe. I don't know if it's all. It used to be hand packed, and it'd be just whatever they grabbed. I think. 350 a day on these Italian breadsticks. There they are. Yep, they smell like oregano mainly. Garlic. Smells like fake pizza dough, kinda. Well, frozen pizza dough. I guess not fake, but it smells like frozen pizza, kinda. All right, I am not going to need this weird one, and we're going to open it up and look at it. I'm going to need the jalapeno one, though. Almost not enough air in it to do that. Kind of weird. All right. Gun Dog says, smaller the hole, more control. That is 100% proven method. Works every time. Real quick, some coffee. Delicious was here earlier. Used his cup last week as well. But go subscribe to Delicious channel. Come on. Get off of there. Jeez. These little packages, man. Where they got that seam down the back of them, most of the time they don't rip right. Oh, wow. That's a lot of coffee. Not got much of a smell to it. Okay. I do need some sugar. Oh, got a pack right here. Nice. Perfecto. Don't know what that came from, but a little chunky. Huh. No idea what that came out of. And then I got some liquid creamers over here we'll use. Oh, right here. These are from back in October when my dad passed away. From the hospice place, I think, is where these came from. You know what? I'll just use one. One should be enough, probably. Thought I had an open pack. Nothing in it. Shouldn't have kept that. Got another one up here? Maybe? Alright, let me go put some hot water in this. Right back. That coffee was really dark. I don't know if I've had a pack of this stuff yet. Thought I had, but now looking at it, maybe not. Huh. That's not even mixed up yet. Not that it should matter much, but all these creamers in there. Wait, is that no good? Did I just put a spoiled creamer in my coffee? I might have. Never seen it do that before. Huh. Maybe it was compromised or something. Weird. Very weird. Okay, yeah, it tastes a little funny. A little funny. Yep. Creamer tastes a little funny. Maybe a lot funny. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll drink it anyway. Alright, time to mix some mains. Mix some mains. What? Our weird coffee. It's definitely going to be weird. Get our bowl. I don't know if this bowl's going to hold it all. I'll do my best here. Might have to put like half and half. I don't know. We'll see. Wrapped. We got do the spaghetti first. Pocket knife for this. Oh, come on. I just sharpened this thing. There we go. Oh, that looks pretty good. It smells fantastic. A little cheesy. Marinara. Beef. Oh, I smell the beef. Mmm. You know, I don't even like this spaghetti. And it smells really good. I don't think, when was the last time I had a meal? I haven't really eaten food in a minute. I've had like a little bit of junk, but yesterday was the last time I ate. I need to do a 72-hour fast. I'm just going to put all the spaghetti. We'll put what meatballs will fit. Spaghetti never looks right. Never looks right. I don't really care about getting all the noodles out. I just want to get all the meat sauce out. All right. Back. All right. Meatballs. Before I dump the meatballs on, I want to bite of spaghetti, as is. Nice bite of the meat sauce. And some spaghetti. All right, here we go. Just a standard spaghetti with meat sauce. Down the hatch. Beef is nice. The noodles are virtually non-existent. They dissolve so quickly. The beef, on the other hand, it's got a nice chew to it. It's got a nice flavor to it. Very beefy. The marinara is not overpowering. Pretty well balanced. I wish it was a little more tangy, and I feel like it needs, weirdly enough. They cook so much sodium into this stuff, but it doesn't really help a lot of times with the flavor. This tastes like it needs salt. Yep. Could definitely use salt. We'll see what these do for it. Meatballs with marinara. Oh, wow. Look at that. Way different kind of marinara here. Ooh. Oh, that smells weird. What in the world? That does not smell right. No, not at all. I don't smell marinara at all. I'm a little concerned. That smells extremely odd. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, I'm gonna try one. Looks fine. Meatball down there looks normal. It just smells. It smells like that. You know that smell like a gym bag gets, like that moldy, mildewy, because it's like weird and kind of soured. That does not smell right. I'm telling you. Let me try it. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just gonna try like a third of a meatball here. Huh. I don't know what's going. That doesn't taste right. No, it doesn't. It's not like it's edible. But let me try it again. Maybe it's just where I expected the marinara to be like similar, and it's not. The meatballs taste bready. Look at that. I mean, come on. It's just, oh yeah. All right, that's enough of the marinara or meatballs. There's actually only a couple left in there. It's mainly just sauce. Look at that. I feel four meatballs left in there. Gonna drain it down. Not very much left in there. Mainly sauce. All right, I'll set that back here, and let's find out. This looks more like pizza sauce, but it doesn't smell or taste like that classic marinara with like oregano and garlic and all the herbs and spices you would expect. I don't know, man. Like, I remember meatballs tasting different. The meatballs themselves taste fine. It's the sauce that's weird, I assume. But the meatballs also taste very bready. They have a very like breadcrumb heavy flavor. All right, let's see. See how they mix together. First time I've ever mixed the spaghetti with the meatballs. Here we go. That is fantastic. Wow. That is great. Whoa, man. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. We got our Italian breadsticks here. This looks like the most herby one out of all of them. All right. These things smell like they have the spices that should have in it, and it just doesn't. Let's give one of these a try just on its own, see how strong they are. Woo. Wow. A little bit of pepper. Got that weird dough flavor. But the parsley, oregano, garlic, maybe a little onion. I mean, it smacks you right. It's very, very pronounced flavor. Very pronounced. Obviously, you can see the herbs and stuff sticking up out of there. It's quite heavy with them. I just wish the bread was real. I wish it was more real. Let's try these two together. One big old meatball. One big old... Is that one meatball? Yeah. Okay. One big old scoop of spaghetti with the meat sauce. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. I don't even like spaghetti. Well, MRE spaghetti. That is fantastic, though. And you guys know, if it wasn't any good, I'd tell you. That's really good. Maybe it's just where I'm really hungry. Maybe. That's got to at least have something to do with it, right? And the meatballs are weird. Or at least they seem weird. Maybe if I'd have had them on their own, I wouldn't have picked up on, like, the I don't know. It's just very, very, very different than what I expected. The spaghetti and the meatballs, I mean, of course, they should have mixed well together, and they do. They really do. The extra added meat, for me, even though that sauce with the spaghetti is very meaty, there's plenty of beef in there, which is really nice. You know, the spaghetti itself is very pasty and disappears, but I don't know, man. This just works. I mean, it's really good. Mm-hmm. Even these, I don't even really like these. Mm. It all goes very, very well together. Which, again, is to be expected. Here's where that'll stop for me, because I'm not a big cheese spread fan anymore. I feel like this is a younger person's thing, the cheese spread. But if I'm going to have one, I prefer it to be the jalapeno variety. Look how fancy that looks. Mm-hmm. Mm. Nope. Those two just don't mix. This has got a sweetness to it, and that don't belong near anything with any sweetness to it. It's got a little bit of heat to it. Cheese spread's creamy, cheesy, dairy, like fat. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I just don't like the sweetness mixed with the cheese myself. Does make for a nice little hors d'oeuvre, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. We'll cut that open here in a minute. Another big bite of this, and then I'll get a drink. Mm-hmm. Mm. I'll tell you what, mixing these mains and getting creative with them, the taco in a bag was so good, you could sell that. I mean, for real. It was beyond my expectations of how good it could be. It was better. It was really, really good. This is pretty good. I feel like there's something off about the meatballs, like I said, but I don't know. I guess I'll know if I start to feel weird later. Hang on. I want a drink. I might come back to that in a minute. try the lemonade. It's pretty refreshing. Super easy to drink too. I could have chugged that whole thing first drink. Last time I had it, it wasn't that good, but I think I mixed it like with a completely full bottle of water, and I think taking what I took out helps it quite a bit. I think you could bring your water down to like that first line right there on your bottle. Right there. Or even a little lower before you put it in. Putting it in 20 ounces, it gets really, really bland. All right, I got to go back to this for one more bite. One more bite. And then I'll move on. Mm-hmm. It'd be really nice if I could share this whole meal with somebody, because I feel like it's just way too many calories here for one person. Could I eat all this? Maybe. Maybe I could. It's kind of weird. I don't typically consume a whole bunch of calories at one time. That's not my thing. In this case, I might be able to consume quite a bit, though. I even want another bite of this. And I can't believe I want another bite of this. It does make a nice little design. Mm-hmm. Let's see how this goes with that cheese and breadstick that I just took a bite of. I'm going to say not very well, but we'll see. See what kind of bite this has got. I don't know. I don't know what. As soon as I bit into it, the texture. Ugh. Meat's not supposed to be sweet. I don't like teriyaki. I don't like teriyaki beef. I don't like teriyaki beef jerky. I don't like teriyaki beef sticks. I don't like teriyaki at all. Why is that a flavor of meat? Why did they use teriyaki to flavor meat? I don't understand. You want to flavor a noodle with teriyaki? Go for it. Fine. Makes sense. Flavoring a bunch of meat with teriyaki does not make sense to me. It sucks I ruined that coffee. I didn't ruin it. I'm still going to drink it. Alright, I got to wash down that beef thing. Yep, I forgot to mix that up again. Grab another spoon. Huh, don't I have any open here? Yeah, there's one. Oh yeah, bunch in the bottom of that. That would dissolve better than that by now. It is not. Huh. Alright, let's see if that helped it. Not really. Very artificial orange flavor. Doesn't taste like Tang. This tastes like... What does that taste like? You know those little like barrel looking drinks? They come in blue, orange, grape, red. I don't know what the red flavor is. That tastes like one of those orange barrel things. Super cheap. The sweetness is not right. It's got a weird off taste to it. Pick up on the electrolyte a little bit. You know, it's that's not it though. It's the orange flavoring, and there should be a little more sugar in there. That's an odd drink mix, I guess. I mean, it didn't mix up properly. Yeah. All right. I mean, these weird raisins. These weird, shiny raisins that have a very, very strong, excuse me, very strong smell. I mean, they smell like raisins, but it's very strong. Dang it. All right. Let me give these a try. Huh. Definitely moist. Kind of chewy. After you chew on them for a minute, they kind of normalize. Like, the texture gets closer to what you think it should be. Very strong flavor, though. Those are actually some pretty good raisins. They just got a strange moistness and chewiness to begin with. And then they kind of normalize. But the flavor's really good. I'll say that. The flavor's really good. Okay, so it's cobbler time. I feel like I need a bigger bowl. Let me go get a bigger bowl, because we got both of those that could be incorporated into it. Definitely the cookie. Okay. Bigger bowl. This is still warm. What is that? Huh. Imperfections. Just years of use, probably. All right. Cherry and blueberry cobbler. Never rip right. There we go. Yeah. Oh. Well, there's the cobbler part. Which I think is supposed to be some sort of like shortbread. Oh man, just messed up the aesthetic of that. I can already tell from that little bit of cherry that I ate that it's not. I cooked it too long. That was going to bother me if I didn't fix it. Okay. Well, there's that goopiness. Look at the outline of that. You can kind of see it's like they just stick a shortbread cookie or something in there, and then it just soaks up all that fruit and stuff. Some sort of pastry, maybe. I don't know. Let's give it a try. Just the bread stuff. Huh. Slightly buttery, smooth, pasty. It's like got a pasty texture to it. A little bit rough also, like, because you can just smash it with your tongue. The cherry is very pronounced. I don't taste any blueberry whatsoever. The cherry takes everything over. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Here we go. It's sweet. It's warm. It's very comforting. It's a very comforting dessert. All right, chocolate chip cookie. Oh, this thing. All right, get a bite of just with plenty of chocolate chip in there. You can see it's loaded. We'll see. That's not bad, Phoenix. Not bad. The chocolate chip cookie is, in my opinion, all kinds of wrong. The texture is wrong. The flavor is. It's not bad. It's just. I don't know how to explain it to you. The flavor is there. The texture is wrong. The chocolate chips are slightly odd in their own way. They're kind of chewy and melty, but not in a good way. You know how, like, pull something out of the oven that's got chocolate chips or something, and it's like gooey and chewy. That's not this. These are like, what is it like? I don't know what it's like. Very weird. Like, that's the only thing that I know that's like this. It's like almost melty, but it's not. Like, look. Hang on, focus. Look here. See this chocolate? Watch what happens. And it's like, I don't know. It doesn't behave like normal chocolate does. It's melting from my hand right there. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just it's different. It's not quite my thing, but it's kind of like some kind of a chocolate candy, like a chocolate drop or something. It's not exactly chocolate chips. We're going to put some of this right here in this little soupy area. Crush it up pretty good, because if not, it'll stay super crunchy. Okay. Give this a mix. Okay. Let that sit there for a minute. And we will try what I thought was going to be a Pop-Tart. Ooh, that smells interesting. Kind of graham crackery, almost like a slight hint of coffee. That smells way different than I thought it was going to. Wow. What a shock to my nose. Huh. Let's take a look inside. It's got a crack on it right there. Okay, so got more of a dry kind of compote inside there. Chocolate in nature, I'm sure. This has a very toasted smell to it as well. It smells pretty good. It does smell like what your brain thinks a chocolate chip cookie should smell like. Yeah. Yeah, this smells way more like a chocolate chip cookie than that. Yep, it sure does. All right, we'll see. We'll see what it tastes like. This is not a chocolate chip cookie, but it smells like one. All right, we'll give it a try. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. That crust on the outside is, it's got a really nice balance of like toastiness and kind of almost like a savory brown sugar kind of mix. I'm not a chocolate chip cookie guy. I don't really like them. This is good though. That little tiny bit of whatever you want to call that inside of that chocolate jam. I don't know what you'd call it. Stuff, chocolate stuff on the inside. It adds a nice little extra bit of flavor and texture to this. I'm gonna try it in that. Let's see how it does. Right here. Chocolate chip toaster pastry with the cherry and blueberry cobbler. Huh. Weird. I didn't expect this, but I could not taste the chocolate chip toaster pastry at all. Not even a little bit. All I could taste was the cherry and the blueberry. I could taste, the cobbler didn't really come through because I don't think I really had any in that bite. But all right, let's try this other side. Let's try the chocolate chip cookie side. See if it done any better. Still very crunchy. That thing does not absorb moisture, like, at all. That's okay though, because this kind of needs more of a, in my opinion, a firmer texture, a more crunchy. Doesn't have to be crunchy, but more firm instead of it just being a gelatinous, you know, mess that it is. So this is nice. This is a nice little added texture to this. I wish it would soften up just a little bit. That's kind of why I mixed it in there, hoping it would sit there and soften a little bit, but it did not. All right, let's try the coffee with what clearly was a bad creamer. Oh yeah, no, I actually can't drink that. Wow, whew, that's bad. Yikes! Holy, I'm going to dump that out. I want a cup of coffee, and this ain't it. This is not it. Wow, that's bad. Yeah, that sucked, but that was not good at all. I figured I could power through that one and drink it, but I was wrong. I was wrong. All right, let me find some more coffee here. We'll do another one of these. And it sucks because I used up my good sugars. Used up my good packs of sugar. Instead of fighting it, this time I'm just gonna, yep, just gonna cut it. There we go. I did not dry my cup out. Just rinsed it out. All right, where's my? I know I got more sugar around here somewhere. I saved up a bunch. What do I do with them? Right there. Iced tea. Iced tea. Apple cider. That sugar. There's a Canadian sugar. And a bunch of these little weird. I don't know, I can't remember where I got these at. These Eco Sticks. I thought I had a bunch of these, but I guess I don't. I did have it one time. Yep. There's 4 different kinds, 3 different kinds. 2 blue, 2 yellow, 2 pink. Okay. What's that? Is that sugar? Looks like sugar. Get out there. Nope. Red pepper. Not sugar. What is that? That's salt. That's salt. What is this? Is that sugar? Russian? That's probably sugar, right? Huh. I ain't dug very far yet, but what are these? We got saccharin, aspartame, and what's the yellow one? Sucralose. Yikes, they're all fake. All fake sweeteners. Come on. I don't think I've not tried them all separately like that. There's like nothing in that. Feels like it's empty. All right, I'm taking too long. We're just gonna go with the. Is this an old? Is this an old IMP sugar or is this a new one? I can't remember. You know what? Wait a second. Oh, didn't I just see a bunch of sugars in this box? That Scott sent me. I think I did. In this bag right here. Pretty sure. Salt, coffee, creamer. We'll take a creamer. Give me a sugar. Give me a sugar. Salt. There it is. There's the sugar. And I'll take 2 if I can find them. Take 2. You got 2 in here, Scott. Hey, Scott. Thanks. Creamer of the military variety instead of the stuff that is clearly bad. I didn't think those things went bad. It's just from back in October. That's got a date code set probably 2017. This looks newer. 4 grams. 4 grams. Huh. Alright, there's the sugar. Finally. Alright, I want some coffee with my cobbler. I wouldn't mess with all this. Sorry about that. There was a bunch of raccoons knocking at the door out back, so they had to be taken care of. Alright. Clean my spoon so I can use it for the coffee. Okay. Alright. Cobbler. Cobbler. Chat and coffee. Sahar. Oh, so it contains 0 sugar? Oh, so that's not sugar? The Russian? Where'd it go? There it is. It doesn't feel like sugar. So that's not sugar. Oh, you was joking. Oh. It's probably sugar. I don't think the Russians give you any fake stuff, do they? No? Oh! Totally slipped my mind until you just said that. I was like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? I remember talking about this. I did not. I got distracted after. I always have a big mess to clean up afterwards. What are you doing? Anyway. I do feel like I can use this like a cracker. Kind of. I'll just put that piece in there. Get a bite with some of the chocolate chip cookie. I really want to see that. And I pulled it up. I comment on YouTube videos as with my account. I don't do a whole lot of commenting, but I'll comment on occasion on things. Usually not anything crazy. Food videos, whatever, right? I have been getting some of the strangest replies lately. I don't get it. Well, I do. It's bots. It's not people. It's AI. And it's getting freaking old. I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same things as I am. It happens on TikTok and YouTube, which are the two platforms that I use and comment on typically. Mm-hmm. Yes, the dead internet theory. Exactly. And it's happening. It's been happening. It's been happening. It's been happening for, I don't know, what, a decade? That it's been noticeable. Yeah, that's not really a theory, is it? When it's true. The dead internet fact. What in the hell is that? Huh. It's like translucent. I'm sure that I have. It's been a long time, if I'm not mistaken. Seemed like that was like a late 2000s movie that he did, right? Let me look up the trailer. Ooh, what was that? Oh, 80-year-old corn. Hang on, somebody's got some 80-year-old corn on a short. It's gonna look just like corn. Looks perfectly fine. Oh, yeesh. Take that back. What disturbs me the most is look at the can. There's something wrong there. It's like the corn ate the can. Yeah. So the bottom of the it did eventually eat the liner of the can. Yeah, the brown part, the dark part is I don't think that's the can. But the top looks okay though. Can we try putting it on using the microscope? Yeah. I mean, if we see any squiggly things, sure. Okay, so we got a slide here, a sterile slide, a microscope, and a sterile pipette. Suck out some of the juices. That's it. I'm going to be honest, I've never used a microscope. I wish I had a lab like this. We'd see some interesting stuff. See it on TV. Juice in between. We just have to squish another slide. And now we slide it into the microscope. Let's go there. Let's get it. We got some little pieces of corn there. Nothing alive. No botulism. Hey, what's up, Kiwi Dude? It's good to see you, man. Last time I seen you, I think you talked about starting to make videos again. And then I did see that you had started making some videos back then. And, yeah. It's crazy. All of our kids have grown up since we started doing this. I bet your kid's probably about out of the house now, too, isn't it, Kiwi? Kiwi Dude. My youngest left last year. When I started doing this, my youngest was, we were just talking about this the other day. He was 11. He was 11 years old when I started doing this. He just turned 22. He was 11. My oldest was 13, I think, when I started posting on YouTube. Which, Kiwi Dude, you started before me considerably. I think, well, yeah, it was you, Gundog, G Schultz. I think out of everybody that's still left around, I think G Schultz is the long-termer, I think. I think if you look on G Schultz's page, he's got MRE videos going back 16 years now, I think. Oh, that's hot. It's way better than the last cup, though. Yeah, life just keeps getting in the way, no doubt. I've got so many things going on outside of. I used to be able to focus on just this a lot, and then I started like stacking things into my. I don't know what you'd call it. Things to do, things I have to deal with, things to you know what I'm saying. Like a broken record. I'm in the same boat because I am currently building a. I'm currently building a studio. I wanted to have it done by now, but I am working on it. So and I've got a lot of the things that I need to get it done. I do need to change a few things about the actual studio area downstairs, but I'm going to try to change the least amount possible. I have to add somewhere to take a bath or a shower, probably just a shower because that'll be the quickest and the easiest. I got to add a couple walls to make like what it'll eventually it'll be a bedroom, but that's not what we're going to use it for. We're going to use it for a podcast room, and then that way, whenever I sell the building, it'll be somebody's bedroom or whatever. But once I get up there and get a studio set up, I'm going to have a place to do set down interviews. I'll be able to rent that space out to people because there is nowhere like that around here that you could call up and say, hey, can we sit down in your studio with microphones and cameras? And yeah, I'm going to have all that set up. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, Dan. Boom. Because I've been wanting a piece of this, and I just cleaned out a bunch of stuff out of my living room today and moved a bunch of stuff. I got one of these in here too, which these things you should not let age. So I'd say this is probably trash by now. But, so I had one of those prototypes. I got it off of Steve 10 years ago. One of the single meal prototype Kiwi rations. And it had this little, I swear I think I saved a piece of it. I don't know. Hang on. Well, I think it might be right here somewhere. But it was in a gold. I think it was in a gold wrapper. But it was long and slender. It was only probably about, it was about that long probably. It was probably 6 inches long. and it was pretty thin. About the size of like a Kit Kat as far as like the thickness of it. That was, and it had these little, I don't know if they were coffee or actual cocoa nibs in it. I have raved about that chocolate ever since I had it. It was the best chocolate I have ever had. I feel like I do have a pretty, I wouldn't call it refined palate, but I have a palate that understands chocolate. And I understand a lot of different flavors, and my palate helps me do that, obviously. But I pegged Whitaker's as being the best chocolate that I've ever had 9 years ago. However many years ago it was that I had that. Phenomenal. And I didn't know that they sold bars like this. Dan sent this to me at Christmas time. Well, it was before Christmas, but I got it in time for Christmas and got to share this at Christmas. I got a loose piece right there. This is the best chocolate. If you just want a piece of chocolate, and I'll bet you that the cocoa flavanols are still active in this dark chocolate. Starting to bloom a little bit. I don't care. New Zealand might make the best chocolate in the world. Whitaker's in general. I don't know how many companies you have over there that are to this caliber, but this is the best. So you're a Whitaker's fan too? I don't know. It's pretty good. I wish everybody that likes chocolate could try this one time. Why don't we have this in America? We have all this other crap. Just literally crap. But we don't have anything of this caliber here. You can go to the store, you can go to the boutiques, you can go to the little chocolatiers. I'm telling you, I've tried stuff all over this country when it comes to chocolate. Nothing's compared to that. Nothing. Chocolate in America isn't really chocolate anymore. Just like our food isn't really food anymore. I've watched, well, Reese's suing, well, a family member of the Reese's, one of the Reese's family members, suing Hershey's because they changed the chocolate formula, ruined the Reese cups, ruined anything that Reese's had chocolate mixed with it. Just, I can't believe Hershey's did that. Hershey's literally ruined their chocolate. Bro. I guess oh my Lord. That chocolate. This coffee after that chocolate. Oh my. I might have to have another piece of that. Oh, that. Wow. Coffee's so hot too. I gotta let this stupid cat out. Be right back. Here, come on. Here. Come on out. Come on. Come on, hurry. Out. Go. Out. Go. Thank you. Holy. That chocolate mixed with that coffee. I gotta have another piece of chocolate. I don't have another loose piece in there, but I've tried not to rip this thing open too bad because I'm trying to preserve the packaging the best I can so it preserves the chocolate itself. There we go. kind of overlapped itself. Tag on it. I split the packaging down here. See that? Disappointed in myself for doing that. Sorry, I got me a little piece out there. It's good stuff. It is good stuff. It's like 2 little bites, probably. Mix it with some hot coffee. There just ain't nothing else over here like it. I mean, I've had like some German chocolate that I've bought and had sent here. The Coca-Cola. It's got a pretty decent flavor. It's just like almost too hard. And that's on purpose. I get it. Even though this is a little bloomed, the texture on this, every time I've ever had it, has been fantastic. Been a long time. I used to make them. I used to make mushroom candies, and that was a big Halloween thing. Answer yes. I feel like if you could mimic this, or if they would just come here. But if they came here, the regulations here, I guess the culture of squeezing every penny out of the company as possible, it would get corrupted. Just like everything else. So Elon Musk is a trillionaire now. How do we feel about that? I think SpaceX went up roughly 20% in one day from its evaluation to the close at the end of the day, the stock market close. It was like 19.53%. I didn't get in on the IPO. I wish I would have. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Man, 20% in one day. How many rich people got richer? How many rich people got richer? A lot. A lot. A lot of rich people made a lot of money. Well, you probably could have. It was $135 a share. And it closed at almost 160, I think. Right? 135. Yeah, something like that. Even if you do, it's like how do you buy it? I don't know. How do you buy stocks? I don't know. I wish I knew. I know they got those apps, Robinhood, and what's the other one? There's a couple other ones. And I've set an account up a long time ago, thinking, all right, I'm going to try to buy a little bit here and there. I don't understand it well enough. I guess I just don't understand it well enough to do it. Oh, I don't want to ruin my reputation. It's been a long time, though. A very long time. And I have a lot of stories. If we ever get to do a meetup, I'll tell you stories then. Yeah, because I do. I had plenty. That was a large part of my life whenever I was younger. I quit doing all that stuff to, get a good job and settle down, and did that. Then the economy crashed in 2008. Said I'd never work on the river. Ended up going out and working on the river. I don't know why I even said I'd never work on the river. I just knew that those guys didn't get paid very well. They were always gone from home. They were home half the time and gone half the time. And I didn't see anything envious about that at all. So I was like, I never want to work out there. I probably should have never said that, because that's where I ended up. Because everybody that got laid off with me from the aluminum plant that I worked at, they all had college educations, and I did not. I was one of the few. I would say there might have been 20 of us out of the 687 that weren't required to have at least a 2-year college education to work there. Cannabis has a lot of medicinal purposes. And there's a lot of us that have known that for a very long time. It just kind of seems like the normies and the those type of people are just coming around to kind of understanding that. A lot of people still don't understand. A lot of people have never touched it in their life. They've never known anybody who's done any good with it. So, it's I understand why they think the way they do and feel the way they do. I just think that they're not open-minded enough about it, and not willing to do the research either. Because, like I said, those of us who have partaken have known that there are all kinds of applications where cannabis is fantastic for all kinds of things. I mean, I think I might have talked about this one time, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that video of the fella, he was an older guy. He's probably in his 60s, but he had Parkinson's real bad, and he was just shaking real bad. He was sitting there on the couch, and his son, I can't remember if it was a tincture and he put it under his tongue, or if it was an edible. I'd have to pull that video up again and watch it. It's been years since I've seen it the first time. But his son gives it to him, and within, I think they put a timer up, and it said within 4 minutes or something, and the camera comes back, and he's rock steady. How steady am I? Still moving. Pretty steady, though. Anyways, he went from being like this and couldn't hold a glass of anything to being. And his son asked him, he's like, "How you feel, Dad?" He's like, "I'm hungry." It's like, "Yep." I'll bet you are. The only thing is, I don't know how much validity there is to this, but the way we always thought and the way it seemed was if you get the munchies and you eat, you're shortening the effects of the cannabis. It's not gonna last as long if you just go ahead and start munching down on junk food immediately. These two MREs mix pretty well together. Shocker, I know. Spaghetti and the meatballs mixed well together. Well, they did. Although the meatballs smell really weird. I wish you guys could smell them. They don't smell like what meatballs should smell like. The meatballs mains, even. I've had More of those things than I can count, more than I can remember, and I don't remember any of them smelling like that one. That one smells weird. I'm really thirsty for some reason. Probably because I ate a whole bunch of sodium. A whole bunch. Huh. Yeah. How many I got left in here? Oh, yeah. Canadian Export A. These are supposed to be really like high brand, high dollar smokes in Canada, I think. These Export A. Here we go. And these are the smooth variety. I don't know if that means that they're lights or I don't know. I don't know what they mean down here anymore. They took away the light, medium, and full flavor connotation, which is kind of stupid. Hey, look, Google has shadow banned me. Awesome. Maybe because I look like a douche with this hat on too. That probably ain't helping nothing. Can't be helping my situation. It's cool that the Kiwi stopped by, and Dan got to talk to Kiwi. That was cool. That was cool. Yeah, I'll bet you this is nasty. Still looks about right, I guess. Ew. Ew. Well, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know how to fix that. I just accidentally hit low battery mode. Ugh. I should have smelled that. Seen if it smelled bad. That is a good tobacco, though. Smooth but strong. Smooth is the right description for that. It is very smooth. Doesn't smell weird at all. Maybe it's okay. That oiliness is very odd, though. I try to bring folks together. You know, I feel this weird calling or something to start reaching out to people, and I don't know why, but the last short amount of time, it keeps popping into my head that I need to like physically go and reach out and meet people. I don't know where this is coming from. Again, it's just something that keeps popping into my head. And I'm probably going to eventually end up doing it because something like this that keeps bugging me, I won't be satisfied until I do it. Or at least try it. And if it fails, then I can give up on it. But I've had this reoccurring thought slash like vivid picture in my head, weirdly, of knocking on doors of people that I don't know. I've never met a stranger. You guys can probably tell just the way I am. I can talk to anybody, and I typically do. But I guess it's like putting that to the test or something. I don't know what it is. I really don't. I don't know what got this urge started in my brain. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what it is. And I think it has something, now that I guess one of the first things I started thinking about doing like that was trying to go around and inform everybody of what these data center, this one in particular, this Google data center down the road from my house is going to do to us. Especially, not only our air quality, which is arguably the main concern. Second concern is the water. I don't know if I'm going in the correct order, because our power bills, because we don't have any gas here. It's all, everything here is all electric. Our electric bills are going to go up probably 50%. And we're already, where I live, the state that I live in, we have the highest energy costs in the country. Yet we make a lot of the electricity right here. We dig a lot of the coal right here. Us in Pennsylvania and some of Virginia. Those three states, like a lot of and Ohio too, actually, those four states. Ohio, down in this area, there used to be a lot of coal mines right across the river, right next to the Ohio River. Obama closed them all down. There might be one left open over there, maybe. The coal's not gone. It's still there. He just shut them down. He just made them shut down. And then I heard Amber was telling me yesterday, I think, that they're building the first coal burning power plant in West Virginia in a long time. We've torn a bunch down, sold the one right up the road here to China. China literally come in, took it apart, put it on barges, and shipped it to China. It was the most efficient coal burning power plant in the world. It made more kilowatt hours per pound of coal than any other coal burning power plant in the world. We had old GE turbines that you could not replicate today. You could not make those turbines the way those turbines, and the precision on those turbines. I don't think we ever changed the bearings out on them all the years that I worked in there. Changed the bearings out on these ones every major outage. Or on this one. There's only one up here. I'm going to run out of battery. I clicked on it was 10% a few minutes ago, so it's getting late. I got to clean this mess up tomorrow. Got to go try to pick up some stuff for the studio, and they'll find a way to mess it up. Probably in shipping, Dan. They probably will. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like, all I know is that China bought them and was going to fire them back up, because China doesn't have the regulations that we have here. And the whole net zero thing, and okay, cool. But now you're going to build thousands and thousands of surveillance centers that are going to pump out more pollution and heat than all of the America. In America, the data centers are going to pump out more heat and pollution than all of the power plants in the entire world combined. Think about that for a second. These surveillance centers slash data centers, they're not being built for AI. Don't believe that, because it's not true. Look around. AI is working just fine without the data centers. It's advancing just fine without the data centers. And it was. We don't need these. This is for surveillance. This is for digital currency. This is for keeping track of every move that you make. You watch. If we don't stop this, I fear for our future, along with a lot of other people like me. How'd we end up here? We put up with way too much BS for way too long. We allowed the elite, the deep state, the out-in-your-face government to railroad us, to steal from us, to lie to us, until here we are. And they want to announce aliens, extraterrestrial life, and UFOs are real right in the middle of all this. What? What are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing? That's a serious question. What are we doing, and what are we going to do about this? I mean, I asked this question in comments, like, what are we actually going to do? Everybody that can care has too much to lose. I don't think any of us have too much to lose. I don't care if you're a 100 millionaire, hundreds of millionaire. I don't care. Do you want them telling you every single thing that you can spend your money on, that you can't spend X amount of dollars in a year or in a day, or you can't go more than 15 miles? Do you want that? Because that's what's coming. 15-minute cities are coming. That's what they want. This is not a theory. This is not a conspiracy. All you have to do is listen to them. They tell you. I'm not making this up. Just listen to them. That's all I ask. Look at what the WHO says. Look at what the WEF has said. Look at what Bill Gates says. Look at what the government is doing. Look at the fraud that just Elon just barely scraped the surface. Barely scraped the surface. With all the fake foreign aid, the literal open checkbook. There was no checks and balances on our finances. Literally, they'd applied for the money and it was given. There was no questions asked. Tens of millions, hundreds of millions. It was just rubber stamped. Sure. Here. What do you? I'm not even going to ask what you need it for. Just whatever. You look at California. They spent how many? I have people argue with me about this stupid train that they were the amount of money that they dumped into this thing and the amount of years. Anything government contracted is a joke. It is to siphon money. I don't care. There may be a project that gets done in the meantime, but how many people literally get rich by siphoning money out of the government contracts? This has got to stop. It's got to stop. The budgeting, only as much of this stuff is going to go on as we're willing to put up with. How much are you willing to put up? I'm done. I am done. I am over this. We all need to figure out a plan, come together, and restructure this mess that we're in. And my thoughts on that are, we have to wipe the slate clean. We have to start over. We have to fire every single government employee. We don't touch the military. We let that continue and exist the way it is. We'll fund it similar to what it's as is right now, and then we'll deal with that after we deal with the government side of things. Fire everybody, have special elections, start over. Regular people normal, blue collar, running the country again. That's what we need. We need people that live here, that understand what it's like to live in normal America, making the calls, calling the shots. That's what we need. Not people that have no clue because they've never lived without hundreds of millions of dollars calling the shots. We're in a bad way. We're in a bad way. I usually don't like the sugar-free stuff. That hit the spot, though. We lost the war a long time ago. Now it's just about surviving and having as much fun as we can while we can. I don't know, Phoenix. I don't think we've lost. Start sending me scuba bottles of fresh air. Yeah, well, that's funny, but it's also not. The last meeting that I went to, which wasn't this Thursday, but it was the Thursday before, so a week and a few days ago. So first of all, the size of this thing, it's literally going to be the largest one in the world if we let them build this thing. Second of all, they want to run 1,000 huge generators for whatever reason, extra power, I don't know. Diesel and natural gas running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what they want to do down here. If you guys don't know, Google Mason County Data Center. Mason County, West Virginia Data Center. Look up the pictures, look up what they're doing, look up we're fighting it. It's bad. It's bad, y'all. It's bad. The air quality is already bad here. If you took a square and drew a perfect circle 50 miles around where I'm standing right now, you would find that there are a massive amount of power plants, chemical plants, steel mills, manufacturing plants, chemical plants. I don't know if I said that already. Just more than you would ever dream would be within a 50-mile radius. It's bad. It's already bad. We're already used as human test subjects. They've been doing it to West Virginians for as long as I know of. They used the coal miners. They used to treat them basically like slaves. They would basically make no money. The script that they would give them, they had to spend at the company store. They would barely be able to get enough food to live. And let's say a guy died in the mine, right? His wife had 72 hours to remarry or get out of the house. How's that? And they couldn't save any money because they weren't getting paid money. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You'll not quit. Quit. You will not quit. Dude. All right. Stop. Oh my God. Then you had the pharmaceutical companies back in the 90s that started using West Virginians, Kentuckians, Southern Ohioans as pharmaceutical test subjects for their financial gain. I mean, they got, I'm going to say probably, and this is a legitimate number, and I feel like it's got to be close. They probably got at least half of the population hooked on opiates. Half of the and I'm talking including the kids in the population. They probably got half of the population hooked on opiates. It doesn't get talked about as much anymore. It used to be a topic of discussion quite often. I watched all that happen. I live here. Always lived here. Bad. It's bad. The only thing that we had drawing any type of legitimate business / tourism here, even if it was fake and I don't believe it, whatever, I've lived here my whole life, the Mothman bullcrap, whatever, it has boosted and bolstered this area for decades now. Okay? It's been in multiple video games. It was in Fallout. It was in Tony Hawk. It was in, I think it was in BioShock too. I can't remember. It's been in quite a few video games. Good video games. They're demolishing it. They've almost wiped it clean already. It doesn't look the same anymore. And it always has. Now they're trying to buy out the housing that's right there next to the fence line, which they should have offered to do that before we got to this point. I hope they don't sell. They're those people that live right next to there are our only hope at stopping this. I feel that to my core, to my bones. They're the only hope that we have of actually stopping this. They should have never. West Virginians used to not let ourselves be ran over top of. Like after the whole coal mining incident thing, like we stopped letting people run over top of us. And now we've gotten soft, I guess. We are the last state to take on a data center, from what I understand. But maybe outside of Alaska and Hawaii. I don't know. Maybe Alaska and Hawaii's got them too. I don't know. But in the lower 48, from what I understand, what I've seen, we're the last state. We're the last state to have COVID too. Yep. Although we all know, if you go back and look at my live streams, I had it. I had it early on. I came home from New York with it after the TV show, which would have been March of 2020. And I think I had it before that. I got sick back in like November of 19. Or maybe it was December. I can't remember. I know we were filming. And I know my field producer, he got it. But we didn't know he had it. Like I think he might have just realized this recently. Like looking back on how that all played out. I think we all ended up getting sick towards like kind of towards the end of filming, like regular filming. We still had months of stuff that we ended up doing, but things got weird after the end of 2019. Like everybody got sick.